Like many well-known characters in Tolkien's legendarium, such as Galadriel and Gil-galad, Celebrimbor is a later invention of the Professor, and is only incorporated into the greater story after the tale of the Silmarillion is completed. Consequently, there are many versions and conflicting statements regarding his life. At an unrecorded date, Celebrimbor is born in Valinor, the Blessed Realm, sometime during the years of the Trees of the First Age. His mother is an elf of an unknown name and kindred, but his father is Curufin, one of the 7 sons of Fëanor, thus making Celebrimbor the grandson of the greatest craftsman in the history of Middle-earth. Therefore, through his father, Celebrimbor is an Ñoldor elf of royal origin, being the great-grandson of Finwë, the first king of the Ñoldor, and a close relative of many renowned characters, like Fingolfin and Galadriel. His name is Sindarin, meaning Silver Fist. In the Peoples of Middle-earth, Tolkien himself says this about the word feast found in Celebrimbor's name. This may be translated feast, though its chief use was in reference to the tightly closed hand as in using an implement or a craft tool, rather than to the fist as used in punching. Its Quenya equivalent, which is probably the name by which he is called during his days in Valinor, is Telperinquar or Telpinquar. Celebrimbor's father Curufin is called the Crafty, and he resembles his own father Fëanor greatly in skill and temperament. Celebrimbor inherits his father's skills in craftsmanship but not his temper, being an elf of a wholly different disposition than all the other Fëanorians. After the darkening of Valinor in 1495 of the Years of the Trees, Fëanor causes a rebellion against the Valar, stirring the Ñoldor to madness with his words, and he persuades them to follow him and to win freedom and to take his 3 Silmarils back from Morgoth who has stolen them. Celebrimbor follows his grandfather into exile in Middle-earth. His mother, though, is among those who refuse to take part in the rebellion of Fëanor, and remains in Aman with the people of Finarfin, Galadriel's father. In the dreadful events that follow, Fëanor and his 7 sons swear a terrible oath, an oath that will bring great suffering and hardship to their house. But although participating in the rebellion, Celebrimbor himself does not take the irrevocable oath of Fëanor. His deeds afterwards are undocumented. As such, it is not known if Celebrimbor is involved in the fierce kinslaying at Alqualonde, where his grandfather steals the ships of the Falmari, the Telerin elves of Valinor. In the years that come after, the Ñoldor head for Middle-earth through different routes. Fëanor sails with the stolen ships to the Heathen lands, but Fingolfin, his brother, with a large host of the Ñoldor, dares to pass into the bitterest north, and endures the terror of the Helcaraxe. Which route Celebrimbor chooses to follow is not found in any text. His whereabouts after he reaches Beleriand are bound to speculation, as there is no information about him until the 5th century of the Years of the Sun. Celebrimbor most probably accompanies his father and his uncle Curufin and Celegorm to the realm of Himlad in the East Beleriand. In the year 455, this land is destroyed in the Dagor Bragolach, the Battle of Sudden Flame, and 2 years after, Celebrimbor, Curufin and Celegorm, now as refugees, travel to Nargothrond, seeking harbour with the king Finrod Felagund. During Celebrimbor's dwelling there, he grows to love Finrod. In time, Curufin and Celegorm win a strong power in the realm. Leading many of their own people, they intend to usurp the throne of Nargothrond. In 465, Finrod Felagund departs to help Beren with his quest to steal a Silmaril from Morgoth's crown, and bestows on Orodred, his nephew, the governance of his kingdom. Due to this, the influence of the 2 sons of Fëanor over the hearts of the people of Nargothrond increases. Celebrimbor himself takes no part in his father and uncle's schemes. Meanwhile, Luthien Tinuviel destroys Tolin Gaurhoth, the stronghold of Sauron in the first stage, freeing many elves that until now were held prisoners in the dungeons of the Isle. Soon there is tumult in Nargothrond, for these captives return there and speak bitterly against Curufin and Celegorm, revealing their treachery and releasing the hearts of the people from their dominion. Therefore, Orodreth exiles Celebrimbor's father and uncle from his realm. Perceiving the actions of his father, Celebrimbor is aghast and he renounces him, and he does not go with him into exile. Then they took horse and rode away like fire to find if they might their kindred in the east. But none would go with them, not even those that were of their own people, for all perceived that the curse lay heavily upon the brothers and that evil followed them. In that time Celebrimbor the son of Curufin repudiated the deeds of his father and remained in Nargothrond. 30 years later, Morgoth unleashes his forces against the stronghold of Nargothrond, causing its brutal fall. It is not certain if Celebrimbor fights in this battle or if he is even present at all, for in writings found in the Peoples of Middle-earth and the Unfinished Tales, it is evident that at some point during the first age he travels to the hidden city of Gondolin, one of the greatest realms of the elves in the history of Farda. There Celebrimbor becomes one of the greatest artificers of King Turgon, the son of Ingolfin. During his stay in the city, a great friendship arises between him and Nerdir, the legendary jewelsmith of the Ñoldor. While both of them are very skilled craftsmen, in most things Celebrimbor's friend outrivals him. In Gondolin, a green jewel is made which is called a Lesar, an artifact with potent healing properties. The legends of its true creator are conflicting. Some say that this jewel is made by a Nerdir, but others believe that Celebrimbor himself is the one who crafts it. The Lesar is soon given to Idril Celebrindal, the daughter of Turgon and princess of Gondolin, and she in turn passes it on to her son Earendil, the father of Elrond. Nothing more is said of Celebrimbor and his deeds during the rest of the first stage, but given that he is called by Tolkien a survivor of Gondolin, we can speculate that he is present at the fall of Gondolin, and that he probably fights to defend the city. The survivors of the hidden city are saved by Idril and her husband Tuor and are led by them south to find refuge in the havens of Sirion. Unattested as well is if Celebrimbor fights in the War of Wrath, the conflict that eventually brings about the defeat of Morgoth and the drowning of the lands of Beleriand. After these terrible events, the second age of Middle-earth draws on, and thereafter Celebrimbor is likely the last recorded descendant of Fëanor still alive in Middle-earth. More about his life in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one on the Homely House. Namarie.